Okay, we are going to do multiplying and dividing integer notes. So it's not just going to be integers, we're also going to do decimal numbers, okay? So basically when multiplying two numbers with the same sign, the answer is positive. And when multiplying two numbers with different signs, the answer is negative. So we already kind of talked about the triangle, okay? So if I multiply a negative and a negative, I'm left with a positive. If I multiply a positive and a negative, I'm left with a negative. Okay. Some of you might have also seen the tic-tac-toe one, which is fine. I just think it takes a little longer to create. So you do positives at the diagonal, and then everything else is a negative. Positive times negative is negative. Negative times positive is negative. Negative times negative is positive. Okay. So on number 1, we have a negative and a negative, which is a positive. Or I can cover negative, negative, and I'm left with a positive. I don't have to put a positive. I'm literally just putting the positive here so that you can recognize that it's a positive. But I can just put 18. Okay? On number 2, this also means multiply, a number directly next to parentheses. My signs are positive, negative, positive, negative. I'm left with a negative. 4 times 6, 24. If you don't know your multiplication tables well, then I need you to make sure you are listing them out. Okay, number 3. This is also multiply. Signs, positive and negative. Positive, negative equals a negative. 5 times 9, 45. Okay. Number 4, we can see this is a divide. I have a positive, negative. Positive, negative gives me a negative. 30 divided by 3, 10. Okay. Number 5, hopefully you also know this is division. Positive divided by negative. Positive divided by negative gives me a negative. And then 28 divided by 4. So again, if you don't know that, you just list up your 4s. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So negative 7. Number 6, negative times negative. Forgot to do that. Okay. Negative times negative gives me a positive. I'm not going to put the positive. I know that it's positive. 9 times 4, if I don't know it, I'm going to list it. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 times 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 is 36. 36 positive. Okay, and so that is how we're doing this. Okay. Now when we get to some of these others, I'm just going to kind of focus on the triangle because that's the easiest and quickest for me to do. Okay. Positive times negative gives me a negative. 2.3 times 6. 6 times 3, 18. Carry the 1. 6 times 2, 12 plus 1, 13. Don't bring the decimal down. You literally need to count it over. So it's 13 and 8/10. Okay? Again, this, hopefully you know, is division. Negative, 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 negative gives me a positive. I'm not going to put the sign. I already know that it's positive. 40 divided by 5, 8. Okay? Now, I'm going to let you work on 9 and 10. So you can pause the video to do those. And we're going to look at 11 through 14. Now, the biggest thing on these is we talked in class about if you have an even number of negatives, that equals a negative answer. If you have an odd number of negatives, that gives you a negative. I totally said that wrong. An even number of negatives is a positive. So sorry on that. Okay. What I mean by that is, kind of one step ahead of myself on that one. Here, you see 2 negatives. That's an even number. So that when I have 2 negatives, that gives me a positive. Okay. So when I look at this, I see 1 negative, 2 negatives. I have an even number of negatives, so that gives me a positive. Now I'm done with my signs. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 4 is 24. Okay. Now on this one, I see 1, 2, 3 negatives. That is an odd number of negatives, so that gives me a negative. Negative, negative, positive. Positive times negative, negative. 1 times 7, 7. 7 times 3, 21. Okay? So I want you to finish up those few.